Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you all had a good day today. It was a good day for me. School was pretty quick today, actually. I'm like 2 days ahead, so I'm smart. SMRT. No, it was a good day. I had most of the day to myself because I finished my school at like 10 o'clock in the morning. Um, so, yeah. I stopped at work yesterday to say hi to everybody because I haven't seen them since, well, it's been almost 2 weeks. And I just like to make an appearance. And for those of you who don't know, I have an Indian fella, not a Native American, but a East Indian from India who works for me, and or works with me, not for me anymore. I'm not management anymore because I'm going to school. Anyway, really nice fella. That's a bad thing. A lot of uh, Indians take a lot of crap, racist wise, and some of it's funny. I like racial humor. Don't get me wrong. But the stuff that isn't funny is Indians are so nice. They're very polite people. Um, I know the accent's not the sexiest, that's for sure. But uh, they're very nice people. Every one of them I met. I'm sure there's the asshole here and there. Of course there is. Doesn't matter where you're from. But for the most part, they're very nice people, very polite, very well spoken, very well mannered. Um, Not quick to anger. I find they yeah. Anyway, besides the point. It's not just don't be a dick. Just because somebody looks different, sounds different. Don't be a dick. Anyway, his name's I call him Anki. His real name is Ankit Ankit Patel. I just call him Anki. He's a real nice fella. And anyway, Anki heard about my grandmother, and he got me a gift, a small little gift, because he also knows I like cologne. I've given him a few colognes because the stuff he has is just too Middle Eastern for most of our Western taste. He's from a small province in India somewhere. I forget. He told me the name of it. Now I forget it. You could say it and I wouldn't know. Um, but his grandfather has a lot of land there, and he cultivates a lot of fruits, vegetables, flowers, and a few oud trees. I don't know if they're actually called an oud tree. I don't know what the tree is, but and that's how he makes his living over there. He makes a really good living, I guess. Oud is really expensive. Goodness gracious, I didn't know it was that much, but he told me how much you get for it, just a few drops of it. It's a couple $100 just for. It's like wow, like a few $100, like for a couple little drops. You imagine. Um. Anyway, he sells it to. Uh, I'm assuming perfume companies or well, generally not perfume companies because there's the middlemen, which will bring me back to another thing I asked him about later on. Uh, the middlemen who then go and sell it to perfume companies, shampoo companies. It's not just the oud he does; he sells the flowers and the flowering fruits and things like that to these companies, to these middlemen, and they go and sell it to. At least that was his understanding, or the understanding I got from him. Again, his English isn't the best. It's very good for being a third language, actually, but it's not the best. So this is what I got from him. Uh, and anyway, he gave me some. It's got some Arabic writing or something on it. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know what it says. It's very small and I think Arabic. Um, Oud oil. Look how thick that is. Look. Ugh. Now it's not 100% oud oil. It's mixed with some, obviously some solvents, perfumer's alcohol, a little bit of perfumer's alcohol, and How dark that is. It's not doing it justice on the camera either. It's twice as dark. It is just, and but it's just oud mixed with some solvents. He said it was a couple drops of oud oil. I said here in Canada, this little bit of oud would be about $200. Uh, I don't know if he's yanking my chain or not. He's not generally a liar, so he might just be misinformed, but I tend to believe him. I mean, look at how thick that is. Just. Anyway, he wanted to give it to me as a gift because he's a very nice, and I've given him colognes, some good colognes. Not whole bottles, of course, but I've given him samples and travel atomizers and things like that. And he wanted to get me that for that, and a thank you or a condolence for my grandmother passing away. They're very polite that way. Like I said, very traditional. I just can't get over how viscous that is. Like, I'm not even opening it. Thank you, Anki. But I will never wear that. For those of you who've never smelled straight oud, from a, oh, God, that stinks. Just stinks. Oh, it smells like oud, but unrefined oud, if that makes sense. Not too much oud. I put a drop on my wrist right here yesterday, and you can still smell it. Not overly harsh, but it's still there, and I had a shower. Whew. So, I don't know why anybody want to smell like that. Now, you might be one of the people, oh, you just don't understand the fine intricacies of oud and the performing aspects of the tradition that involves the distillation of the product and its religious blah blah blah. Yeah, I don't care. Don't care. Don't care. It stinks. And I told him it stinks. He knows I said it stinks, and he laughed and he kind of agreed. He said, but how he said is this is what you grew up with. That is what it smells like. So it's literally just, oh, geez, don't drop. That's expensive. It's literally just oud oil with distilled water and some perfumer's alcohol, like a couple, 2 or 3 drops of oud oil. Look how thick it is. Ugh. Ooh, fuck. It stinks. It smells like ass. I'm not gonna lie. It smells like oud, but really, really funky oud. Like somebody wiped their ass after a diarrhea dump with oud wood. It's the best way. It's just, oh, I don't know. Please, if you're one of the people that just thinks that oud is the greatest, not, you've never smelled this stuff then. The real oud. It's actually bring tears to my eyes. Look. Oh. Don't. Save your money. Don't buy real oud. Oh. Taste of coffee. Ooh. He laughed when I smelled it at the store. He's like, yup. Jama. Oh, I love Anki. Which brought me to a question I said to him, like, if it's so much money for oud and some of these floral flowers that he sells, oils from these flowers that his grandfather sells, how can certain companies over there, i.e. Latafa, make these oud-based fragrances? And he explained it to me. There's no middleman. Most of those companies are just a few people. They own a plot of land like his grandfather does, and they distract and distill, or whatever the word is, all the oils from them and make them themselves. There's no middleman. There's no overhead to speak of. or they get it from somebody they know over there. There's no like, they go to someone like Ankit's grandfather, and it's still expensive, but it's not near as expensive as the middleman selling it to the perfuming company. The perfuming company sending it out to have it processed so it can be used for, it's literally done right there. Most of them own their own land with their own trees and flowers and herbs and fruits and flowering fruits or whatever on their land, and they do it all right there. And he said that's how a lot of it is done cheaply. So, and they don't use a lot either. Like you don't, after smelling this, you do not need a lot of oud in anything. I mean, just this, one drop of this in any perfume I own, it's just going to turn into a oud bomb, and that's not going to happen. So I will keep this as a memento. Make sure that's tight because I don't want it spreading out into the room. But yeah, what do you think? Have you ever smelled real oud? And I don't mean in a cologne. I mean just oud oil like this. Maybe straight oud oil or oud oil like this with a little bit of alcohol and water. And why would you want to smell like that if you like it? Explain it to me, though. Not just, I just like it. Explain why you like it. Because to me and everybody, by the way, I let half a dozen people, if not more, smell it. And they all said the same thing. That stinks. Literally stinks. One person made the vomit thing. I think it's a little selling the drama, but still, real oud stinks. Just disgusting. Yeah. So I'm kind of glad they used synthetic oud or light agar, because agar wood is oud. This is what also explained to me, but it's a different kind of oud, and it's more woody, and it's kind of what we smell in most of our oud-based fragrances in the West is agar. It's cheaper, first off, and it's still oud, and it gives an oud smell, but it doesn't give that. For the most part, what he was saying, it doesn't give, in my words, not his. So he doesn't swear either. It doesn't give that goddamn funky ass smell. It just gives you that oud smell with wood and sometimes a little smokiness. But that stuff is none of that. It just smells like oud, medicinal oud, and assholes. Why would you want to smell like that? All right, guys, that's it. I hope you had a good day today. This was a fun video. Like I said, I'm trying to do fun videos. I think it was fun. You may not like it. You may be a big fan of oud and just be totally offended by the fact that I don't like the smell of ass and wood. That's fine. Hey, you don't have to be this cool. You be you. I'll be me. All right, guys. Peace, love, be good to each other.